Hello everyone, nubkeks here. Welcome back to Nub Raids. We're on the test server and it's finally time to check out the new fusion, Sanguine Maria. She was bugged on the test server. It is now being fixed, or hopefully it's fixed. And yeah, her fusion starts tomorrow. So let's see, is she any good? By the way, I don't normally ask, but if you're not subscribed to the channel, we're like real close to 500. We're real close to 50,000 subscribers, a little bit far away from 500,000. That's still a bit to go, to be frank. But 50k subs is close. I'd appreciate it if you would sub. Oh, and by the way, also I need to say shout out to Plarium, of course, for letting me on the test server to do the video. So let's talk about Sanguine Maria. So there's a couple of things about how she works which I had missed in or misinterpreted in my first impressions of her. After we break down her kit, we'll go and actually do a damage test, and then we'll see her in some actual content as well. So we'll go with her A3 first, because this one is pretty straightforward. 3-turn cooldown, single target attack. Before attacking, remove all buffs from all enemies. Cannot be resisted by enemies with a number of buffs that's divisible by 3. So in other words, if they have 3, 6, or 9 buffs, and then it attacks all remaining enemies who have less than 66% HP. So we'll test that out, see how hard the second hit hits in the damage test. She gets an extra turn if she's under a number of buffs that's divisible by 3. And this, I think, is what you're going to be building, especially in Arena. I think you really want to build around this if possible. Getting a guaranteed extra turn off of this move is a complete game changer. So it's something you're going to really have to consider it. We'll talk about that when we're building our Arena teams. For A2 is what I had misinterpreted. Because, yeah, it works a little bit differently than I initially thought. But it's a 3-turn cooldown, big single target attack. This is her biggest hitting attack by, you'll see. But ignores 33% defense, which is already good. Ignores 99% defense, stone skin, and block damage if the skill is used on a turn number that's divisible by 3. Now, this is very misleading. If we consider, like, Sun Wukong's passive or Odin's passive, where they have stuff that triggers on turns, it includes everyone's turn in the entire fight. This is only on Sanguine Maria's personal turns. So let's say, for example, Arbiter boosts, then a Sifi boosts, then Sanguine Maria goes, and nobody else is gone. It is technically turn 3 of the fight. Doesn't trigger this, right? This is only on her personal third turn. And that's really going to affect, I think, everything as well about how you're going to use this champion, particularly in full auto teams. So if you're running an auto clan boss, auto Hydra, whatever, if you're running an arena defense where you're not in control, you're going to have to do some very funky things to make this actually work. If the target is killed, increase the cooldowns of all, and she very easily kills people. It will increase all enemy skills by 3 turns, which is amazing. It can't be resisted if it's used on a turn that is divisible by 3. So again, you really want her to use this on her 3rd, 6th, 9th, etc. turn, 12th, blah, 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 15th, 18th, all the rest. 3 times tables, you can do it. But there we are. Now, her A1 is where this all sort of comes together. The Hematic Blades, triple hit. Each hit has a 33% chance of granting an extra turn. Cannot gain more than 1 extra turn. So I think the initial bug in the test server was, let's say you high rolled, she could trigger an extra turn on each one of the 3 hits, and she could stack up multiple extra turns. And there's some hilarious videos. Bronco has some where she would just solo bosses, just spamming her A1 with infinite extra turns. She's like boop, 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 like soloing Phantom Shogun, stuff like that. So the way this should work, we'll test it out now after the bug fix. I haven't tested it since the bug fix. She should be able to trigger multiple turns in a row from this by using the A1 multiple times. It just should be she can't gain more than 1 extra turn per use of her A1. But I could do her A1, get an extra turn, and I believe we'll test it. We should be able to then on the next turn be like, let's do the A1 again, get an extra turn. If you want some quick maths, obviously, if each hit has a 33% chance for an extra turn, obviously it's a 99% chance for an extra turn. It's insane. No, not quite. It's about a 70% chance that you'll get 1 extra turn from her A1. You can't get more than that. If you could, there would be a chance, but you can't. So yeah, about 70% chance for an extra turn. very quickly, I think what this means for like an arena defense is you're probably going to have to open with her A1. We'll look at it on full auto, but the theory would be open with her A1, 70% chance you get an extra turn. So there you go. That's your first turn. Use this move with the right number of buffs, get another extra turn. Then bam, you're on your third turn. You go in with your A2 and you're good. And I think the same sort of thing for the bosses as well. This is going to have a huge effect. Also, because it's going to be so important to use this, particularly in wave-based or arena content where you do want to ignore these buffs and where you do want to increase their skills. Obviously, this is not as important against clan bosses, etc., though it will hit harder. But yeah, she's going to be real bad if you set this up and you start running cooldown reduction with her, either from champions who are reducing cooldowns or merciless sets, whatever masteries that reduce cooldowns. On full auto, it's basically going to be impossible to ensure this. Also on full auto, you can probably work it out, but if she doesn't have number of buffs that's divisible by 3, you're probably going to be better off using an A1. So this is going to be a champion that is significantly better on manual play, significantly better when you control it. And yeah, say her name. Her passive, each subsequent hit does more damage. Super strong. Resets after this. Again, you could potentially line this up to get her A2 really popping off with some 99% damage bonus. It's way overkill, but you could. Each subsequent hit she receives takes less damage, so she'll constantly be cycling through damage reduction. And whenever an enemy is revived, it revives her as well with 33% HP and 66% turn meter, which is really good. And she'll true fear all enemies for 2 turns that can't be resisted or blocked, which again is fantastic. Really, really strong. She's obviously a bit vulnerable to polymorph, but polymorph is not stupidly common these days. It's actually just a really useful passive and very strong for things like faction wars, Curse City, etc. One thing to note, unfortunately, there is no way in-game to track this. There's no way to track this. There's no way to track which turn she is on. You must track all 3 of these things by yourself in your head. It's the only way. I have obviously confronted Plarium about it and been like, come on. Well, I didn't confront. I think someone else did, and I was poking fun at them because basically Plarium has said it's a massive amount of work to add in timers, like the tracking to different champions, because with all the different champions with mechanics like this in the game, actually a lot of them work differently, and it's not an easy fix to add in the time. It would take a huge amount of dev time, which my response is basically like, I mean, some of you guys are giving them thousands of bucks a month, like, for fuck's sake. Come on, guys. Like, seriously? Can we not have the champions be more usable? Like, there's so many champions that could desperately need timers to track what's going on. Thor, Odin, and they keep adding more. They keep adding more. Anyway, that's a rant for another day. Got an attack in All Battles Aura, which is really good. And there we go. Let's quickly chat about how to build her. So I have her built in Stone Skin and Lethal for Arena. For pure Arena, if you're always going to be in manual control, I do actually think 6-piece Merciless would be better, right? Get more cooldown reduction so you can use her A3 more often for some more extra turns guaranteed. You'll hit harder on her A1 and A3 a lot with that. But the problem with Merciless, with that cooldown reduction, is you really only want to use this on turns divisible by 3. So yeah, it just physically can't work on auto. It's going to desync constantly with any cooldown reduction. So Merciless not so good. Stone Skin and Lethal is the simplest way, by far the simplest way, or any set that's like Lethal, Savage, you could run Instinct, whatever, and just have it set up so she opens with the A1, then A3, then A2, and she'll just cycle through that. It's basically the only way you can set it up on auto, and you're just going to avoid all cooldown reduction so that she will always, again, if you just open with the A1 and then priority 1, priority 2, no cooldown reduction, she'll always, always, always be firing this off on a third turn, unless her cooldown does get increased, which could happen as well, and that's going to disrupt it, you know? But there's nothing you can really do about that, unfortunately. That's just the way it is, eh? So there you go. Difficult to set up. But this, anyway, we're going to build it for high damage and high speed. So I'm 1% crit rate short, but you want high speed, you want lots of attack, 100% crit rate in theory, and as much crit damage as you can, and pretty plain and simple. I do think high speed is very important because she is ultimately a champion with the lockout. If you are going slower, I think Stone Skin is very important. If you can go over 300 speed, that's where like the Merciless could really get spicy. But yeah, that's sort of what we're looking at there. So simple enough. You could definitely start stacking some reaction accessories on her as well, or just pinpoint, or even chronophage, like anything for extra speed if you're going for the Merciless route. I don't have any relic here for her. Let's just quickly mention it, then we'll do some damage testing. But for the relics, I obviously would say that the Covetous Passion is very good. It's not going to boost the damage of her A2 because you're always going to be hitting 99% ignore defense. And with lethal, you're going to have that already. But yeah, I mean, this is going to be a strong option to really boost the power of her A1 and her A3, and she will be killing people, so that's very, very good. The Cat's Gaze is a consistent damage boost to those. I think Gore Crescent is ridiculously strong on her as well as a budget option because, again, she doesn't, in theory, need that ignore defense half as much as other champions do. This is going to help her hit stupidly, stupidly hard. Simple enough. She kills somebody, gonna absolutely smack the next person. So this is a great budget option. Malefic Talon's a good budget option as well. Probably her best in slot, I suppose, would be the Dread Bomb. Chance to get an extra turn when attacking. You ignore defense when attacking during extra turns. This is her best in slot. I don't think anyone in the game has this yet, but it's obviously her best, which is crazy. I do wonder, we're not going to explore it in this video, we've got too much to cover, but there's the possibility that you don't build her with any ignore defense. You abandon the lethal and you go for like some weird other build instead because you will kill people. You're ignoring 99%. This will kill people no matter what. You could potentially abandon ignore defense entirely and yeah, give her like swift parry. You can give her a bunch of stuff. One of the issues is she's got so many extra turns, she'll outrun stuff. So, you know, there's not really too much point to giving her 2 turns of Stone Skin. She's just going to outrun it with the extra turns. So that is a downside. I'd say probably the second, I think that the 3 relics, as I said, I mentioned these 2 are good, but you probably invest them in other people. Dread Bomb is definitely her best for damage, no question. I do think Gore Crescent is your other best option for wave-based content, PvP for damage. That's the budget one. The other one I really like is just Wand of Submission, right, for Arena, just reflecting back crowd control, very powerful as well, especially if she gets polymorph from the True Fear. You can reflect the polymorph, and that's even better. Instead of True Fearing them, you turn them into a sheep. It's even better. So Wand of Submission is very powerful as well, especially because, again, you don't necessarily need the ignore defense. But yeah, lots of options. There's be some other spicy stuff as well. I think there's quite a few different ways you can build her, to be honest. So she's pretty cool. You could go Death Dealer, so she won't weak hit even. There's some nutty stuff. Let's see a damage test. You get the... Oh, actually, we need to show her Masteries. Then we'll do a damage test. For her Blessings, I've gone, by the way, Phantom Touch. It's just going to be consistent extra damage. She's taking so many turns. She's going to be triggering this every single time. Actually adds up to quite a lot of extra damage. I mean, you could go for some spicier picks. Like if you're high, like 6-star, you could potentially go Ward of the Fallen. For PvE, Crushing Ren 6-star is really good. Though again, it won't boost the damage of her A2. You're going to overcap and ignore defense. She doesn't have debuffs apart from the True Fear for Nature's Wrath. Heaven Cast, not bad. She's going to be running buffs anyway. Lightning Cage is a really good pick as well to protect her buffs. You're going to be running her probably in a team with most likely 6 buffs. So Lightning Cage is pretty good. I've gone for Phantom Touch. But yeah, and for the Blessings, I think the key thing here is if you're looking to run her on auto, you want to avoid Cycle of Violence, which can reduce her cooldowns, and you want to avoid Cycle of Magic, which can reduce her cooldowns. Those will break her rotation on auto, and that's bad, unfortunately. If you're running her only ever on manual, this becomes stupidly good because you can get back to her A3 for the guaranteed extra turn more often. Although you might be outrunning your buffs, but yeah. I've gone for a fairly standard nuker build other than that. Her A1 doesn't hit crazy hard, but we've gone for that sort of stuff anyway. So yeah. Fairly simple. You know, I think Bloodshield's not awful on her. She will be killing people, getting a shield, and with the damage reduction, it's okay. So, yep, there you go. Bit of an insight. Let's go do a damage test. Okay, so for the damage test, we're actually going to compare her. No, not Fabian. Sorry, wrong champ. We're going to compare her against Sun Wukong. I've taken Helm Smasher off both of them, and neither of them have relics or anything like that. So, yeah, hopefully it should be good. I'll just double check we've got... Actually, we need a Void Affinity enemy. Let me just double check that. Hang on. Okay, yeah, perfect. We do have Void Affinity enemies. Oh, of course, I've taken stuff off of him. That's fine. We will just put in Arbiter instead. I've given Arbiter his gear. Doesn't matter. Arbiter, and we'll put in Wukong. Great, there we go. Not gonna edit it out. It's fine. I've got a couple of arena teams I've been testing and flipping gear between them. So we'll just give increase attack. Excellent. So let's see, just like Sun Wukong. So for example, Sun Wukong's AoE, we look at Vizix, hitting her for 32,000. Cool. She's a high defense enemy, so it's a good thing to test to give us a sense. So 32,000 on his AoE. His A1, 34,000. Pretty similar. And then if we look at his big smack, the A2, this will hit substantially harder. Bam, 81,000 right there. So that's just to give you an idea. It's literally using the same gear. But yeah, it's apart from the accessories. What can you do? But yeah, just giving them that gear. Again, neither of them, I've taken Helm Smasher off, so we won't have that triggering and flipping it. But yeah, it's just to give you a sense for how hard they will hit. So there we go. We're looking at like 34 to 80,000. You can see the impact of that. If you give Helm Smasher, by the way, the more ignore defense you have, the harder you... I mean, we'll see it with her, honestly. Maria, here we go. We'll see it with Maria. Do I want to put in... No, I guess it doesn't... We might need to put in a buff extension champion. It's fine. It's fine. All right, so here we go. We'll see the same thing here. So let's go. We'll see how hard is she going to hit. But yeah, the more ignore defense you have, the harder stuff hits. So we'll go in. She won't get an extra turn here, but her A3, 55,000, and she got the 6,000 proc right there. That was the Phantom Touch, which is cool. Awesome stuff. So it's a hard-hitting A3, that's for sure. We'll go in again. We'll see her A2. So this A2, it's happening on her first turn. Again, it doesn't matter what the turn count is. This is the 33% ignore defense version of the A2, hitting for 63,000. So it's solid. It's 33% ignore defense compared to Sun Wukong, who has 50,000. So that's obviously making it a bit weaker. We'll go in and we will see her A1 here. So here goes her A1. Pretty weak, like 8,000, 12, 11. 70% of the time you get an extra turn. We didn't get it that time, unfortunately. And what we'll do right now, let's see the big... oh, actually... Easy fix. Oh, I should have replayed it. Easy fix if he's fast enough. Hang on, let me set this up. Okay, here we go. If I've set this up correctly, the goal here. Oh, he's got. Of course, he's got a shield set on. Oh, I've buggered it. No, sorry, he doesn't have a shield set on. He's giving shields. Okay, it's fine. My theory was we'll use Krisk to extend the buffs. But of course, Krisk is in shield set, so it's a disaster. Actually, hang on. Okay, I've done it this time. I'm a genius. We've got a shield set, Androck. There we go. Now he can extend. Actually, look at this. We had the 3-turn increase attack. I didn't even need to do it. But Maria now has 3 buffs, so we've got a decent chance to get through these moves. Let's hit somebody else with this just real fast. There we go. Now, so there you get the guaranteed extra turn right there. And again, this is where it can become a little bit awkward with that A1 and what you're trying to set up. We'll go in with her A1. Do we get the 70%? We did. Here we go. Extra turn. This is what we want to test out. The extra turn has happened. We can now go in with the A2. This is the key. We've got the A2. It's ready to go. Here we go. We're ignoring 33% defense. So now, instead of ignoring 33%, we're ignoring 99%. This is the big hit. We've also charged up our passive a little bit. Here we go. 445,000 damage. Ladies and gentlemen. Remember what I said about the more ignore defense you have, the better it is? Case in point. Case in point. She obviously had a little bit of a damage boost from her passive there as well. So, yeah, we were pretty much charged up. Needless to say, it's kind of insane. And this is why I say her passive is not going to be too important to play around, I think, for Arena. It's obviously stupidly good, but it shouldn't be too insane. By the way, we're going to use this team, which I've got set up here. It's actually been doing pretty well. I mean, probably Boozer was just testing some random stuff. We've been winning a whole bunch, which is interesting, just from the defense on the test server. Let's go test her out in Arena. Let's try it out. By the way, I have tested her in... I'll find you the screenshots. Let me show you. So I have tested her in PvE as well. Now I did this test pre. We might run it again at the end of the video, or I'll run it again. I'll edit it in if there's a big difference. I don't expect so. So this was pre-fix where she was actually stronger, but I just tested her. So this is obviously a very Crocad leaning team, but just to give you like a very, 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 very good team for Crocad, but he did 600 million. How did Maria do in comparison? Much, much weaker. We did 340 million with the team. So she did 200 million damage, whereas Crocad did 433. So yeah, I don't think she's going to be all that good for PvE. And I do think it's going to be very difficult to set it up. You're going to have to avoid all cooldown reduction as well, because again, if you don't ignore cooldown reduction, she's going to desync and hit much less hard on her A2. Let's go in. Let's fight this team right here. Let's see how we do. Oh, I forgot to test her A3 splash damage. We'll have to see how that works. So, oh, I forgot actually that I have that. I guess it's almost fine. So we'll go in. So here, oh, Fabian cuts in. So that's kind of bad. We've been locked out. A little less than ideal. I guess we'll flip over. We'll try to nuke these guys. He's going to get smacked. It's probably not a huge deal. We can flip with her, and we can certainly secure the kill on the C. Oh, secure a couple of kills. That's decent. Okay. We'll see how we do against this team. This team's pretty fast, unfortunately. And here we go. I mean, we can fish for some extra turns. We didn't get it. 70% of the time, it works every time. She is dead. She's dead. Okay. So we lose the first one. That's fine. We'll go into the second one. We got wrecked by Fabian. I forgot that I put the buff on Freya. I guess it's good, but this is where, again, that manual play is going to be important. Oh, her buffs have been removed. That's definitely annoying as well. The Queen of Hearts is going to mess her up a good bit too. I mean, I guess we'll just do this. It's going to trigger her. She's removing everything. Oh, we're super dead, I think. We're super dead. We're getting wrecked by teams that are stronger than us right now. It's not her fault. I think almost any damage dealer in here, and we would be in trouble. We'll go in against this team. We're just going to try all the different teams and see. I've tried to not use the most OP champions, and you can see it is hurting us a bit. Where I'm using the Arbiter, Freya, a bit trickier to get. Empress is a free champion most of you should be getting eventually. So we're trying to use some more accessible teams. It seems to be kind of kicking us in the ass a little bit, unfortunately. All right, here we can remove most of their stone skins, which is nice. So we have to fish. We have to for the A1. So let's go for that. Let's see how hard we hit Lady Noelle. Do we get the extra turn? We didn't. 70% of the time, it works every time. The other part of the time, it doesn't. You know what's the easiest thing to do to make this a bit more consistent? If we just take off the relic from Freya. So if we just go to Freya, and I gave her Valcardiac Heart, let's just give her a Wand of Submission. That will do. Why do I have no Starstone on the... Let's sell 4 Valcardiac Hearts. How's that feel? So yeah, where were we? We'll just fight this team. We'll probably lose this one. Now this would be a good team for Valcardiac Heart by a damage reduction. But we want to calculate the you want to calculate the buffs. So here, look, he doesn't have any damage buff from the looks of it. But here we've got increase attack from Arbiter. We have block debuffs from Freya. So we can go in, let's remove all of these, and we can now go in and get the guaranteed extra turn right here. So let's see how we smack. We'll smack him, 100k. We did smack him actually for big damage. Now we can go in with the A1. We'll hit him. Did we get the... Wow, we are cursed. We cannot get the extra turn. Right, let's just... He might actually kill him, yeah. We are cursed to never get an extra turn with our A1. 70% of the time it works. We fail 3 times in a row. Not the worst luck, but it's pretty rubbish. Yeah, okay, we've got it set up now. So with the stone skin, with this buff, And you want to really build your team. Like if we put in a Sifi, Sifi gives us 3 buffs. Okay. If we've got Stone Skin, we've got 3 buffs from Sifi. We need to get 2 buffs so that she will have 6, so she can get the extra turn, if that's how you've set her up. Well, let's open up with his Fear. Mikey dodged it. Again, I don't really want Empress to do loads of damage. Okay, so we come in. Let's go 1-time speed. Let's see her AoE here. So we'll open with her A3, smack, bam. I mean, it's a pretty good AoE when that goes off. She gets a guaranteed extra turn. Let's see about finishing. Oh, of course, here's another thing. Actually, that's important. I forgot to mention, but with her A1, you have a chance for an extra turn on each hit. So we actually, and maybe I've been doing it wrong, we actually want to be trying to hit their highest health person, probably, with her A1. So you get more hits, because each hit is going to get you some extra turn shenanigans. Okay, let's see if we can remove their stuff. Okay, good. We'll go in. Let's just make sure that we kill this guy. Bam, so we get the extra turn. Let's go in on Sifi. I think we're actually hitting too hard. And it's actually bad. We're not getting the extra turn on her A1. Now, it does mean her A2 here will hit ridiculously hard. But, oh, she didn't get locked out. So here we go. This A2 is now fully charged. And again, to reiterate, there's no way to visually see this. You have to count it yourself. I mean, if she was in Merciless, for example, you would have no idea. You could say, how many turns has she taken right now? You'd have no idea. Is her A2 ready to go or not? You wouldn't know. But bam, 655,000 damage. You get what I mean, right? It's fairly unlikely that your enemy will have built their champions with 6. I mean, let me know in the comments if you have built a champion with 655,000 damage. This is why I say I don't think you really need to play around her passive for the damage. She will do plenty, right? It'll be weaker against Harima. Harima will nerf her ignore defense, so this should be a good bit weaker, right? Let's see how we do. It's a supersonic on Arman's, which is not super ideal. We can actually fear his Arman's. Let's go for that. That might keep us in it a little bit. And obviously Arman's A1, which can increase our cooldowns, would mess us up some as well. So here we go. I mean, let's see if we can kill the Armans. Why not? Bam, massive smack. We're going to go for Duchess. Did we get the 3 hits? No extra turn. We just, oh no, and she's had her skills increased. We are so cursed, man. Every hit is a 33%. It's funny. Probably a lot of it feeling bad as well is from me coming in from the testing, right? Where she was basically getting an extra turn every single time. So I guess it feels extra bad because she's not. But yeah, let's see. Can we get some more extra turns here? Nah, she just basically killed her. She got an extra turn that time when it didn't matter. But yeah, so there we go. Let's just do a couple more fights and I'll give you some thoughts on this champion. But you can see when she works, hot diggity. Wow, that's a fast Sifi. Okay, this is unfortunate. She has no buffs. And the block buffs is definitely going to mess her up. We can give her 1 buff and a bit of turn meter. Let's see if we can remove all of this stuff. We removed most of it. She didn't get put to sleep. We can fish for some extra turns, I guess. Wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Let's fish for some extra turns. There's an extra turn. Can we get multiple in a row? I think that we can. So let's go. We didn't that time. Maybe they have hotfixed it. Let's give that a go, actually. That is a big thing to test. It looks like he doesn't have any gear on his champion. She did no damage. That's fine with me. But her next turn should be big damage. It should be the A2. We'll just, whatever. Don't really want Empress to do too much. I don't think he had any cooldown increasing effects, so we're good. We can even reduce his cooldowns here. Who do we want to delete? We can choose your favorite or least favorite champion. I mean, let's hit the Sifi. 300,000. That's good damage right there. And yeah, I think she's a nice combo with Empress as well. Empress is like, as they die, she'll hit really hard. Now we've got 3 buffs. This is perfect. So we just hit him with an A1. And her A3 should rip him apart at this point. We haven't actually seen her passive work either, unfortunately. Just A1 here again for manual play because I want to trigger the extra turn. We hit her. The AoE comes in, smacks everything. I guess she had some sort of thing to keep her alive. Right. you get the gist. She can do lots of damage in arena, but I do think a lot of it comes down to you have to manual play quite a bit. If we go by recently used, let's just go. We'll put in the Freya as well. Doesn't really matter. And we just go in like this. Want to keep her alive. Let's just spam her A1. Can she get multiple extra turns in a row, or is it now hard locked to 1? A1, we got an extra turn. Go again. Maybe they have hard locked it. Maybe they have, which would make sense. I think it is the intuitive way to read it, but it's not how it was working before. Let's try it. A1, extra turn. She's got a good chance. Again, it's 70% chance. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I'll run this like 5 more times and we'll see. Okay, we have just got 2 extra turns in a row. So again, it's just my bad luck of not triggering the extra turn. So she absolutely, we've just got extra turns. There's another one. Go again. There it is. You've seen it on camera now. So she can, if you get lucky, she can absolutely trigger extra turns multiple times in a row from her A1. So if you do get locked out on manual play, you can do her A1 a few times and potentially just get back to her A2. So that's a whole thing. I'll just show you this. This is from Essie on Essie Rachel Legends. He's a German, I believe, content creator. But he's put in the probability of the extra turn. So for getting multiple extra turns with our A1 in a row. So 70% chance for 1, 49% chance for 2, which is not too bad, right? You get locked out. A1, A1, A2. 49% chance you can pull that off. If you land, again, this is the key thing. You must land each of her 3 hits. Right? If you kill the enemy with the first hit, bad luck, much lower chance. But yeah, just to give you that insight, again, 34% chance for 3 extra turns, though you wouldn't be doing it that often in a row. But yeah, we put all this stuff together. What do I think about Sanguine Maria? Is she good? Well, as you can see, she is potentially extremely good for arena, live arena siege. I don't think she's insane elsewhere, but I mean, she will be very, 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 very strong for faction wars. There's no question. But as you saw, you do need to manual her for her to really work, which is where she comes into your more manual teams. And yeah, if you're not going to manual her, it gets a lot more tricky. So for example, I actually think one thing you could do is you could give her Bloodshield. Might actually work pretty well. So that when she does do an attack, she'll be guaranteed a shield. Do I have any Bloodshield? Yeah, you could give her Bloodshield. Might be pretty cool. Because I think something to consider is this. Let me set up another team and let me show it to you. Guys, I just realized we just did a whole arena showcase. I forgot to put Helm Smasher back on. Holy, she was doing that damage without Helm Smasher. Holy shit. Okay, I want to do a few more fights. Let's refresh and go. So what I've set it up like is this. So this is basically trying to make her a stronger team now. So I'm using Lazarius and Sifi. And I mean, let's go in on auto and let's see if it works. I think actually against this team, we might get locked out and it won't work. But it's fine. But the theory here, I've given her Bloodshield now. Unfortunate. Now, she does have the protected buffs. It's not the worst thing in the world. So we'll see if this works. Okay, hang on. We go to 1x speed. Don't sleep her. That actually worked pretty well. He's been locked out. Oh, the A1 might wreck us. Look at this. Her passive, though, keeping her alive. You just... whatever. Just kill her. Get her dead. Great. So... she's been locked out. But watch... yeah, let's look at this, though. So we do her A1. I've given her Bloodshield. Oh, you don't trigger Bloodshield against Stone Skin. That's really interesting. I guess because you've technically not done any damage. Let's fish for an extra turn. Oh, we didn't get it. You hate to see it. We didn't get the extra turn. Yeah, she's not really taking much damage. She's counterattacked. You obviously can't trigger that off the counterattack. I should have hit actually the other one to get some healing. She's not taking any damage from the Marius, which is just insane. Let's actually get a bit of healing here for her. Top her back up. She got Fervor. So now, let's actually see this for funsies. So she should be ignoring Stone Skin. Yeah, 450,000. Ignore Stone Skin. That works. We had a block revive right there. She doesn't get an extra turn off of that, but hey, that's spicy, isn't it? He gets revived. Oh, you're gonna kill him. Slightly less than ideal. Uh-oh. Can we sleep him? Does it even work? I guess we pray. I think he wakes up from necrosis. No, he doesn't. Oh, good. I mean, it's just A1 him. Kill him off. Okay, that worked. Let's do a team without lockout. This should be perfect. He might get killed by Ilil. Couple more fights, though. I want to see the Helm Smasher damage really come into it. But the idea here is with Bloodshield accessory. And we... Oh, that's a fast Ilil. Okay, so watch this. So she has, right now, 5 buffs. We're going to play her on auto. And let's see what she does. So she's going to open with her A1. Unfortunately, she killed somebody. So that didn't quite work. But she now has the 6 buffs. And I'd say they'll probably get removed. I mean, well, let's see what we can do. Can we get to a turn? Is she going to have everything removed? Pretty much. Oh, never mind. That's not so bad. If he revives somebody... I mean, she'll die eventually. He's locked out. He'll kill her. He'll wear her down. I'm curious. We'll get to see her passive revive here, which is interesting. Oh, she got revived by Lazarius. Never mind. Lazarius passive, derp. Okay. We didn't get to see what I wanted to see. If we go in here, I mean, they're all dangerous. We can actually just do our A3 and kill them all. That hits like a truck. That absolutely claps. Right. I've not been able to show what I want to show, which is we set up 5 buffs. We go in with their A1, which is really awkward on auto. Really awkward. Oh, they're very fast. That is a little less than ideal. Now she's got 0 buffs, which is certainly not ideal. So here, because we got no buffs, I guess we just 50-50. We get to our extra turn. We go again. Extra turn? No, it didn't happen. The 50-50 failed. We're in trouble. Well, I mean, we probably could have fought that one out. I want to fight this one. I want to see this actually happen. Which is trying to set her up to work on auto. 5 buffs. Get Bloodshield from her A1. Get the extra turn. Then A3 into A2. Let's see. I've been yapping away. For fuck's sake, bro. Well, it will still work. No, she got her cooldown increased. So this is a problem. She's obviously, if you bring lots of buffs, she gets fucked by Fabian. Let's see against this team. So she's really going to struggle. Like, her arena defense is rough, man. Like, a supersonic Fabian, you apply too many buffs, her buffs get removed. Come on, I believe. I believe in us. So she'll do an A1. Cool. They have extra turns, but in what order? She goes in with her A3, and now she's going to go in with her A2, and that's sort of like this big single target nuke combo, which is honestly kind of sick, right? So the A1, you apply the 5, but either 2 buffs or 5 buffs. A1 for Bloodshield, extra turn off the A1. Then she does an A3. She has 6 buffs now, the 5 plus Bloodshield. Extra turn. She's ready for her A2 and she nukes. And it works on full auto. But it's really bad against champions who can remove your buffs. It's really bad against like supersonic Fabians. It's got a lot of problems. In other words, she can't generate a Bloodshield off of she can't generate it off of Stone Skin. So yeah, it's got a whole lot of problems. So we remove this. Let's see. A1. Extra turn. She goes in with the A3. She hit him for 240,000. Why does she not get an extra turn? Why did she not? Did she not have 6 buffs? Surely she... is there any way for her to get an extra one? I'm very confused as to what happened. What did happen there? Do that again? I'm very confused. Did she not have 6 buffs when she did her A3? How could she not? Maybe a relic reduced, like a gemstone, reduced the buff duration? A1. Oh, he broke the Bloodshield. Why did she not get Bloodshield there? I guess it's interesting there. It's his damage reflection. That's what it has to be. His damage reflection is stopping the Bloodshield. So, yeah, so I know we're doing a lot of testing here, but it's just really interesting. Bloodshield is just not reliable. At all. Like, it's really unreliable. Remove the Stone Skin. So, like, we'll just A1 her. There's the blood shield, and now she's got the extra stuff, so it's good. We can try remove his buffs. Why is she not getting an extra turn? I'm so confused. I'm so confused. I like. Is it she must have the buffs after her turn? This is genuinely... Sorry, I know we're running this back a bunch of times, but it's genuinely baffling me. We need to get an extra turn on our A1, which didn't happen. This is also a problem with this on defense. A1 is not reliable for that extra turn. Like, it's very unreliable. What is going on? It must be that blood shield is being removed by the damage reflection or something. Okay, so A1, she has 6 buffs. Extra turn if the number of buffs divisible by 3. Extra turn there. I'm so confused as to why this didn't happen before. Very confused. And then, like, if we just hit him, she non-crit him for 145,000. That's so funny. A mere 145,000. She's dead. She comes back. And this is where it's also pretty interesting. If you revive her... Oh, we should have done his A1. Well, it doesn't matter too much now. And he died. Okay, cool. But yeah, all right. There's some funky stuff happening. Let's fight the turtle team. I don't know. There's issues with this setup for sure. The old blood shield setup. You know, I see where I was coming from with this idea, but I don't love it. Okay, there we go. Extra turn, but the blood shield's been removed. Oh, but she got an extra turn off. Oh, she generated a blood shield anyway, so she got the extra turn. So it's if she has the blood shield after. Her buffs must be there at the end of her turn. It's not at the start. It's not when she uses the move. It's if she still has 6 buffs left after her attack. That's bizarre. That's so bizarre. Like, what the hell, man? Yeah, there's weird stuff. I feel like she should generate an extra turn off her A3 if she has the buffs divisible by 3 when it happens. But yeah, if she doesn't have blood shield, if she has 5 buffs, she's fine. But here, because she's got 3 buffs, it won't work. So here we'd actually want to manual it, and we actually we can't anyway. Let's see, will she get an extra turn? No, but she would not get an extra turn on her A3 because she has 3 buffs, and then she'd be gaining the blood shield buff, so it would prevent her. I don't think we can make it happen, unfortunately. Unless we get some buffs elsewhere. Also, the fervor buff could mess her up. Just leave her on auto for now. She's got the extra turn. So now she should be able to, like, delete her, right? Yep. Such an interesting champion. There's so many little funny things. I think it's just very awkward to land that A3. It's really awkward, isn't it? To get the extra turn. It's not easy. So blood shield, is it good? I'm going to say maybe not, actually. I tell you what we'll do, for the laugh. Let's give Empress the Valcardiac Heart. Let's go to Maria. Valcardiac Heart, this only lasts for 2 turns, but 2 turns is enough. And we'll just switch her back into her better gear. And for the grand finale, let's give her... We just give her a Wand of Submission. It's pretty strong, right? We'll give her... You know what? YOLO, let's give her a Gore Crescent. Let's go Gore Crescent on this. Anything we want to give her here. We can make her ignore defense after killing somebody. That seems fun. Or, you know, give her an extra turn after killing an enemy. Go with that. That's hilarious. And let's give her a Bloodthirsty Prowess. More damage when she kills an enemy. And we'll give her this. No, this one. 5% more damage against full HP enemies. Let's go all out with her, just for fun. Hit refresh. Let's do whatever 3 or so battles. Let's get a vibe for it. So here, she can still get her buffs removed, but she won't have a blood shield. She's had her buffs removed. This is sad. Ooh, she might get smacked around a bit by him. The Enfeeble is unfortunate, but she could generate an extra turn off of it. No, she won't because she's asleep. She should die here. Not the worst if she died. Oh, she didn't die. Wouldn't be the worst thing in the world if she did die. Can she get an extra turn there? She didn't. She's not dead yet. She's still not dead. Oh. She can get an extra turn on weak hits. That's good to know. Now here, if she does get locked out, you really do want to open with her A1. He's got full cardiac heart as well. Will he kill her just with his passive? Yes, he will. Does he get to go now? No. Oh, she's been controlled. No buffs for her, unfortunately. But Lazarius, he clinches the win right there. She didn't do too much. It's interesting, man. Like, it's really hard to make her work. We're jumping through. We spent about 15 minutes here, I'm afraid, jumping through hoops to see, can we make her work on full auto? And the answer is, it's really difficult to. She didn't get the extra turn there. So, yeah, like, we need, for this to work on full auto, we need her to generate the extra turn. She outrun her stone skin. If we tried to open with her A3 with this setup right now, she would have 7 buffs. It would not work. Yeah, it would not work. She's gone in. I mean, her A3 certainly smacks anyway. She'll have a really powerful A2 now if she ever gets to her turn. I don't know if she will. Actually, maybe she will. Yeah, that's a lot of damage. Okay, stuff is going to revive. See what she's going to do. A1, she got an extra turn and absolutely deletes them with her A3. And she had got the extra turn there. She would have gone in with her AoE as well. Yeah. Last fight. But okay, let me just run the fights in the background. Let me talk about my impressions of her. Is she good? Yeah, I think she's really good, actually. She's a really cool arena champion. She's way better on manual play. But you do need to be careful with setting up her team with the right number of buffs. It's quite difficult to set her up properly. And like you can see, I'm trying to set up this team where she can open with the A1 and it's awkward, right? But it's just hard to have her, because on auto, what do you do? If we put priority 1 on her A3, if we open with her A3 on auto, what happens? She'll A3, then she will always A2. There's no way to have her, by default, go A3, A1, A2. The only way to do that, A3, A1, A2, the only way is manual play. So for arena defense, you kind of have to fish for the extra turn here, set up your buffs right so she gets this, and then you do the A1, A3, A2. But it's a good bit weaker. There's a lot of downsides to that. She works much, much better on manual, where you can open A3, then A1 for the extra turn, then A2. And it makes her awkward to use, but she will be very, very strong for a lot of players in, there we go, here we go. So this should be a perfect little auto thing, nukes them, goes in, hits her for 400,000, has locked them all out. It's irresistible lockout, and yeah, she'll be ready for her A1 again here. Let's go. And this team should be quite nasty for them to deal with. So let's see, he's gonna metamorph. Oh, he missed his turn. That's good. And she'll finish him with the A1. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty spicy stuff. Lightning Cage will be another buff as well, which is something you got to consider. So yeah, it's difficult to set up her A3 with the buffs. Getting the right number of buffs is really tough. Getting the extra turn on an A1 is very random. But when everything works well, she's really good. I just worry about the unreliability that, I think you're going to have a lot of fights where you go, shit, I didn't get the buffs on her A3. Shit, I didn't get the extra turn on her A1. It's not worked out. When it works, like this, 700,000. When she works, there's her passive. Oh, she got polymorphed. When she works really well, but it's difficult to make her work. But she's got huge potential. I think she's definitely worth looking at as a fusion. She's really sick for arena. Hell of a lot of fun. I'm not seeing her much elsewhere. Anyway, this has been a hell of a long video, but that is my impressions of Sanguine Maria. Actually a pretty cool champion with a bunch of really weird things happening in her kit. So yeah, hopefully you can make a good plan better plan than I did. It took me a whole bunch of testing here. Hopefully you can make a good plan for which buffs you're going to use and have good effect. Again, here we can see everything working well. Although, when I say working well, she did just get a one shot, unfortunately. But she's back alive, and she's dead. Holy crap. Her A3? Her A3 is legit, man. The A3 is legit. There we go. Guys, let me know. What do you think of Sanguine Maria? Definitely the point of this is to explore some of her nuance. Do you see, is she worth doing? I think she's definitely worth doing as a fusion. Not a must-have, but if you're into Arena, she does seem to be very, very good. I like her quite a good bit. And yeah, she does some cool stuff. Thanks for watching. I'll see y'all next time. Goodbye.